African bullfrog in action, feeding, digging and living wild. Deep in the arid landscapes of sub-Saharan Africa, where scorching days give way to cool nights and seasonal rains transform barren earth into temporary wetlands, lives one of nature's most remarkable amphibians, the African bullfrog. Known scientifically as Pyxicephalus adspersus, this extraordinary creature has earned its place as the continent's largest frog and one of the most adaptable amphibians on Earth. The African bullfrog's imposing presence commands respect in its natural habitat. Adult males can reach lengths of up to 10 inches and weigh over 4 pounds, making them true giants among their amphibian relatives. Their robust, muscular bodies are covered in olive green to brown skin marked with distinctive dark patches and ridges that provide both camouflage and protection. Perhaps most striking are their enormous mouths, which can open wide enough to accommodate prey nearly half their own body size. Masters of underground survival. The African bullfrog's most impressive survival strategy lies beneath the surface. As master excavators, these amphibians spend the majority of their lives underground in self-constructed burrows that can extend 3 feet deep into the earth. This remarkable digging ability sets them apart from most other frog species and represents one of nature's most ingenious adaptations to harsh, semi-arid environments. Using their powerful hind legs and specialized tubercles on their feet that act like natural shovels, African bullfrogs create elaborate underground chambers. The digging process is methodical and energy-intensive, with frogs working backwards into the soil, using their legs to push earth up and out of their developing burrow. These subterranean retreats serve multiple critical functions throughout the year. During the long dry season, which can last 8 to 10 months in their native range, the burrow becomes a life-saving sanctuary. Inside these cool, humid chambers, bullfrogs enter a state of estivation, a form of dormancy similar to hibernation. Their metabolic rate drops dramatically, allowing them to survive without food or water for extended periods. The frog's skin secretes a protective mucus cocoon that hardens around their body, creating a moisture-retaining barrier that prevents dehydration during these challenging months. The burrow's design is surprisingly sophisticated, often featuring multiple chambers and strategic positioning to avoid flooding during sudden rains. Temperature regulation is crucial, as the underground chambers maintain a relatively stable environment compared to the extreme temperature fluctuations above ground, where daytime temperatures can soar above 100 degrees Fahrenheit while nights may drop to near freezing. Opportunistic predators with enormous appetites. When the African rains finally arrive, transforming the landscape into temporary pools and wetlands, the African bullfrog emerges from its underground retreat as a formidable predator. Their feeding behavior is nothing short of spectacular, combining patience, explosive speed, and an almost unlimited appetite that has earned them a reputation as one of Africa's most voracious amphibians. The African bullfrog's diet is remarkably diverse and opportunistic. Small prey includes insects, spiders, worms, and other invertebrates, but their impressive size allows them to tackle much larger quarry. They regularly consume other frogs, including members of their own species, small reptiles, rodents, small birds, and even small snakes. Their approach to hunting is primarily sit and wait, positioning themselves near water sources or along well-traveled animal paths where prey is likely to appear. When prey ventures within range, the bullfrog's attack is lightning fast and devastating. Their enormous mouth opens wide, revealing rows of small teeth and a sticky tongue that helps secure struggling prey. The frog's bite force is surprisingly powerful, capable of crushing small bones and keeping hold of vigorous prey. Large items are swallowed whole through a process that can take several minutes, with the frog using its front legs to help push particularly large meals down its throat. Perhaps most remarkable is their feeding frequency during the active season. After months of fasting underground, emerged bullfrogs feed with incredible intensity, sometimes consuming prey equal to 20% of their body weight in a single meal. This feast-or-famine lifestyle requires them to be extremely efficient when food is available, building up fat reserves that will sustain them through the next dry season. Breeding spectacles and parental dedication. The African bullfrog's reproductive behavior represents one of the most dramatic wildlife spectacles in Africa. When seasonal rains create temporary breeding pools, males establish territories and begin their legendary calling sessions. The deep, resonant calls of male bullfrogs can be heard for miles, creating a chorus that dominates the African night. These calls, produced by inflating large vocal sacs, serve both to attract females and warn competing males away from prime breeding territories. Males are fiercely territorial during breeding season, engaging in wrestling matches that can last hours. The largest, most dominant males secure the best breeding sites, usually shallow areas with good egg-laying substrate and protection from predators. Female bullfrogs, attracted by the calls and the quality of the territory, approach these dominant males for mating. The spawning process is equally impressive, with females laying up to 4,000 eggs in shallow water. These eggs develop rapidly in the warm, temporary pools, with tadpoles hatching within just a few days. However, it's the male's parental behavior that truly sets African bullfrogs apart from most amphibian species. Male African bullfrogs are among the few amphibians that actively guard their offspring. The protective father remains near the breeding pool for weeks, aggressively defending his developing tadpoles from predators, other frogs, and even potential threats from his own species. If the temporary pool begins to dry up before the tadpoles can complete their metamorphosis, the male performs one of nature's most remarkable rescue operations. Using his powerful legs and snout, the guardian male digs channels connecting his drying pool to nearby water sources, literally creating waterways to save his offspring. This behavior requires tremendous energy expenditure and puts the male at risk, but ensures the survival of his genetic lineage. In some cases, males have been observed creating channels hundreds of feet long to reach permanent water sources. Ecological impact and conservation challenges. African bullfrogs play crucial roles in their ecosystems as both predator and prey. Their voracious appetites help control populations of insects and small vertebrates, while they themselves serve as important food sources for larger predators including birds of prey, snakes, and mammals. Their burrowing activities also contribute to soil aeration and nutrient cycling in their arid habitats. Unfortunately, African bullfrog populations face increasing pressure from habitat destruction, agricultural expansion, and climate change. The temporary wetlands they depend on for breeding are particularly vulnerable to human development and changing rainfall patterns. Additionally, their impressive size and unique behaviors have made them targets for the pet trade, though wild collection for this purpose is regulated in many countries. Conservation efforts focus on protecting critical breeding habitats and maintaining the seasonal water sources that make their remarkable life cycle possible. Research continues into their extraordinary physiological adaptations, with scientists studying everything from their estivation abilities to their impressive longevity. Some individuals have been documented living over 40 years in captivity. The African bullfrog stands as a testament to nature's incredible adaptability and the complex behaviors that allow wildlife to thrive in challenging environments. From their underground survival strategies to their devoted parental care, these remarkable amphibians continue to fascinate researchers and wildlife enthusiasts while playing vital roles in Africa's diverse ecosystems. Their story reminds us of the intricate connections between climate, habitat, and wildlife survival, and the importance of protecting the seasonal wetlands that support such extraordinary creatures. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.